Hey guys, my name is Chase Bridwell. I am one of the co-owners of Odd Leatherworks. I run it with me and my buddy, Matt. We are an American manufacturer. We're looking to get into the belt market. We both come from a background of leatherworking, leather products. We were working with leather products for 3 years, and we decided we wanted to make our own stuff, our own better stuff, so that people could actually rely on their clothing and apparel. So what we're doing today is we are going to go ahead and compare our belts to a couple different belts. I already went ahead and marked out all the names, marked out anything that would identify these brands, because we don't want to pick a fight. We're just showing, hey, this is what our brand does. These are what these other brands don't do. And we just want to show you kind of where we're coming from. So Matt, if you can come on, I'm going to have Matt bring you guys around, and he's going to show you our belts, just so that you guys can see. I just bought these belts yesterday. The only one I did not buy is this one right here. It is a size 32. Everything else you see on the table is a size 44. I tried to get it as even as possible for everything. This unfortunately was just one of the belts we had for a while, and we're just going to use it to compare our belts. So first we're going to go through the general comparison. So I'm going to have Matt move over to here so that we can go ahead and I can show you guys kind of the differences already that you can see in our belts versus other belts. So first thing you're going to see, 3 of these belts have a stitched construction. So they're going to have stitches going through them instead of actual hardware. Now, stitches aren't a bad thing. The only thing is that you can't replace them. You're going to have to either go to somewhere and get it stitched back up. But even if you do, it's going to have a weak point there where you're not going to be able to completely rely on it all the time. Then you'll have another general one that you'll have is these little snap buckles. So you'll see that they snap open and snap closed. That is for repairability. We think that's awesome, but the thing is, it's so easy. I literally just, I didn't even put much force into that. I could probably shake this thing around and pop it off. Another thing, and just so that you see what distinguishes us, we make our belts with a Chicago screw. They are super durable. You know, that ain't coming off, and you literally have to unscrew that to get this off. We did that so that they would be replaceable, but still very, very durable. We want you to be able to fix anything up here, because this is the main part of the belt that will break, you know. It's not an if, it's a when, because these are stuff that you guys are going to use every single day for the rest of your lives. And we want to make sure that you guys can get it repaired if at all possible. The main difference, again, another main difference between us and other brands is that other brands, if you look, will only ever measure belts from your buckle down to the first hole. Now I'm going to kind of pull out so that Matt can see the whole belt. So, can you see the whole belt? Yeah. All right. So this first hole is what they measure to, and then they add 4 holes after that. That is standard for the industry. Just 4 holes after. To me, I think that's a little crazy, just because personally I drop weight and gain weight like crazy. In the winter, I will gain 40 pounds and I'll lose it again the next summer. So my belt size fluctuates 2 whole inches, you know, because I get big in the middle right here. So what we do, we measure our buckle from the same side here, but we come down to the middle hole here. So as you can see, there's a lot more holes in here than the last one. That's because we want adjustability both ways. If you want, you know, one day, you know, if you're losing weight, we want you to be able to keep this belt. If you have a carry, we want to be able to have you use this belt the same way you're going to carry, same way you're going to do construction, you know. And if you have something on this belt, you know, you're going to need a little bit of adjustability, especially over 5-10 year period, which we're hoping this lasts you, you know. So if this lasts you 5-10 years, you're going to want, your weight's going to fluctuate. It is what it is. I'm going to run you through a couple of the tests we have. Matt, if you could follow me. So I'm going to go through the test with you just so you know what's coming up. We just did the general comparison test. That was just to show you the differences right off the bat that you can see on our belts versus others. Then we'll have a general durability, a rail spike punch test, which I think is fun. punch and hole test, a buckle cut, so we can cut open the buckles and see kind of how that hardware is manufactured, see if it's good. Then we're going to do a cut test and a saw test. We're going to do the cut test with just a utility blade. We're going to do a saw test with that circular saw over there. Last thing I want to show you guys before we move on to the general durability test is just the thickness of this leather. It's totally different than any of these other belts. So you can see already, that's probably an average 10-ounce leather. You know, it's pretty standard for when you're gonna go and get a work belt. You're gonna find this is pretty much the size you're gonna get. Again, you know, standard 10, 11 ounce leather. This is the heavy duty one. So a little bit thicker, but not too much. Still same problem. This is the $100 American made belt. I mean, still, I mean, that's just a thin piece of leather between you and whatever you're working on, you know, for safety reasons. This is our belt. You can immediately tell the thickness of it is way different. And if I let it down, you see, this thing isn't flopping all over the place. This thing has some structure to it. That's because we get all of our grain, all of our leather is 13 to 15 ounce saddle skirting leather. This is the leather they use to literally make saddles out of, because we wanted to make sure it was at least 13 ounces, if not 15, because we want to make sure that this thing's going to last you 5-10 years. So what we're going to go ahead and do is move on to the general durability test. Thank you for watching the first portion.